Recording this. Here we go. Week 4. My God, it's like I actually can't get over how fast this has gone. I feel like the last 4 weeks has just gone in. It's gone in a blink.
Sorry.
Here we are. Hopefully, everyone that's on has watched all 3 weeks and is now ready for week 4. I feel like I'm a bit like I'm all over the shop today. I'm just going to apologise because I haven't been well.
What's the matter?
So I'm here. If you're
What's the
here,
matter?
yourselves on mute for me if you're not. Um, but we are here and ready to kick off your final week, and I'm excited because we're here to talk to you tonight about really building everything that we've taught you so far into habits and making them like how to really think about them becoming a lifestyle as opposed to something that you have to think about doing. And hopefully we've made, I want to say, the simplicity of the last few weeks. Everything we talked about has been really, really super simple. So we can do that. And then the second part of the call, we're going to talk about an opportunity evening, which I'm really excited for because I've never done one before. And we're going to be led by Lindsay with this. So I'm super excited. Well, I have been part of one, but it was a very long time ago, before I was even a director, I think. And I didn't really know what it was all about at the time. And now I get it. Now I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Jo did them, didn't she? And it was very, very early as well. And they were fab. Do you know what? I love this, guys, because I don't even know this content tonight. So I'm learning as you go. I'm sitting there going, oh, this sounds good. I like talking about habits.
And I'm desperate to start talking about the opportunity because it's something I'm really, really passionate about. And we've done quite a I don't remember the last time we actually done one. I think the one I put you into was 2021, but I've done we've done one. I think I don't know if it was this year or last year. Can anybody from my team remember? I think it was maybe last year we did the last one we did. But we call them a bacon opportunity night. So become a consultant on the night.
Right.
And
I always wondered what that was.
absolutely, I know. I absolutely love them. It was Becky Sattler that taught me basically how to do them. And I think it's a way for somebody that maybe see somebody that's maybe new in the business and they're not very, very confident about really speaking about the opportunity. Like obviously Angela, for example, let's embarrass Angela. Sorry, Angela. But I know you struggle with the confidence. So I think an opportunity night is perfect for you because it'll allow you to ask somebody to come along and just have a wee look. And basically an opportunity evening is an opportunity for us to basically share some stories, some real life stories of different circumstances of people who work, people who do it full time, people who do it part time, experiences maybe we've had in our business, how we felt as well. Because what I find when people are interested in the business is there's a fear factor there. I don't think I'm going to be very good. I think I'll be rubbish. I get that a lot. I don't know as many people as you. I don't feel as confident as you. And one thing that I've seen, like Claire Bullard and Kirsty Bowman done kind of lives recently, and that's one thing that they felt that the senses actually brought them is confidence. So it's something that might be very, very low when you start, but as obviously you're in the business a wee bit longer, by coming to WAM and doing any kind of training, eventually those things start to dissolve and you start to grow in confidence. Because I know Laura says this a lot, confidence is not something you're born with, it is a learned skill. It's something that we have to learn. And I think Sensi brings confidence to a lot of people. And it might be that people that build you up through it, or it might be that obviously trainings you go to. And just like it's like, for example, putting an order in for the first time, the first couple of times you do it, it's a bit stressful and you're scared in case you press the wrong button or you do the wrong thing or you don't know how to do a bundle and save and things like that. But as obviously you do more, you become obviously more confident with it. So that's the same obviously with regards to like sponsoring as well. And that's how I feel like we're speaking about habits. I really feel over this last month, my confidence in sponsoring has absolutely like it's 360. It honestly does. And for me, it's becoming very, very natural because of the things that I've implemented in my business. Because see, ultimately, I would rather have a teamie than a sale, and that's how I feel right now. I would rather have a teamie than a sale because what I find is if you offer this opportunity and offer this blessing to people and bring them in, especially your best customers, your friends, your family, it's wonderful working alongside people that you love and you get on so well with, and allowing them obviously to their confidence to grow. And like I was at a lady's house yesterday who's just joined me, the business basket lady, and she's like, I'm just shocked that people actually buy from me. I can't actually believe it. Like, oh, I'm literally stunned that people actually want to buy from me. And I said to her, I'm so excited for you. I says, because you've literally not even skimmed the surface. You've not even given those testers out. You've not even got your kit yet. and she's already at 300 PRV, and I just think that's wonderful, and I'm so excited for her because it just, you can see that she's so happy that people actually want to buy for her. So with these daily habits, I really find that it's becoming a very natural thing for me personally. And I must admit, like when I started the business, I did really well with sponsoring because nobody really knew about it, and I had loads of kind of new people who wanted to get involved. But as you've been in the business a wee bit longer, sometimes it can become a wee bit more difficult because you're like, okay, I've asked this customer 100 times, I've asked that customer. So for me, I still continue to ask those customers who are still customers who don't want to pay. But I'm definitely finding that there's definitely a trust factor there. And people have said that I would trust you in my life. I got that the other day, like, I trust you and I could work under you because I know you really well and I trust that you would look after me. And that to me is it's a wonderful thing to hear. It was music to my ears that she actually felt like that. So I'll pass the time over to one of you guys now because I'm doing all the talking. But I will speak a wee bit more about the opportunity like night when we kind of get to near the second part. But I'll pass the time over to Lisa or Laura regards to daily habits. I've got a list, but I'll let you guys maybe pick something that you want to kind of speak about that's important to become a daily habit, obviously in your business.
Yeah, definitely.
Lisa, I'll let you go because I'm going to write some bits down well because I didn't know.
That's fine. I'm doing this off the cuff. I actually haven't made notes tonight.
No,
Because,
not just because there's a doc I want to reference, and I know I've got something on my phone about it. So go on.
I know she's got a quote in there somewhere. So
I know what book it'll be. I
yeah,
know what book it'll be.
you know what it'll be.
Brendan Bashad.
What one is it?
Brendan Bashad, High Performance
No,
Habits.
that's not the one I was thinking about.
Not the one
I've got the book and I can't read it yet.
Was it Atomic Habits?
Nope, it's not. It's a white book with red
Compound.
writing, and it's a guy who, his dad, I think, was in the army or something like that, and he was really, really strict with him. And he basically got him up at 6 o'clock in the morning because if he didn't get up, he used to hammer his in his garage. It was Tam that told me about it. I can't remember the name of it. I've got it through there.
The compound effect.
That's it. Compound effect.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Normally, like when my life's not in boxes, on my books are behind me, I can just turn around and grab it. But I found what I wanted on my phone anyway. I found it.
Compound effect, guys. I'm putting out there. If you've not read it, it is absolutely phenomenal. It's life changing. It's not just like business changing. It's things that you'll actually implement in your life because it's mind blowing. It shows you like just how different your life becomes whenever you just put tiny, tiny wee incremental changes like every single day in your life, how it's got that massive effect. There you go. Emma says it's the best book ever. She loves it. I've not read the full book. I've only read probably it, but it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
When I read that book, Lindsay, or 3/4 of that book, because I never finished a book, I'm terrible for it. But the bit that I took from it, I think I already realised how much I do without realising in terms of working my Scentsy business has become a habit. And and just doing something little every single day for your business. And those little things add up to such big things. And that's the whole point. That's the whole like ethos of it, isn't it? Is that the small habits that you do actually create some really big compounded things. And that's the same with sponsoring, like it's exactly the same. This is what I want you guys to take away from this 4 weeks. We can give you all of the tools and all of the stuff that we've taught you. We've taught you to categorize customers and how to have different conversations, identifying who to ask, all of those different things. But if you aren't actually actioning and making that the habit, the action is the habit to ask the question, however that comes about, whether that's flyers in orders, whether that's opportunity packs that you're offering, and you've got to find a way to make it a habit. And that's the hard bit, okay? And I can honestly say, if you can master that as a habit, I don't actually know what the timeline is on a habit. I used to think it was like 25 days. My mum used to say it was like a month because tell the story of the straighteners. I've told it before. I always used to leave my hair straighteners out and I always used to leave them on. And my mum said to me one day, why don't you set an alarm on your phone for 30 days and make you put your hair straighteners away? Now my hair straighteners go away. No, they're not away today, but they're away as in like they're in this. So they're normally off, away, wire wrapped around them, which drives my husband potty every day, no matter what. And I know then they're switched off. I also bought ones that have got like a little alarm on, so they make an alarm when I leave them on. But that's become a habit now. So I don't have to leave the house thinking, oh my God, like have I left my hair straighteners on? And it's the same with when you're having sponsoring conversations, looking for new customers to ask to have sponsoring conversations with, you've got to find a way to make it a habit. And I could say to you, set an alarm every day to have a sponsoring conversation, or add it if you're a list person maybe, and you clean your house and you like, I know Laura works, she like literally lives on lists. I know that she makes a list every night before she goes to bed,
every day
in her diary, and she ticks it off, whether that be
Brilliant.
putting washing away, or I know you do that, don't you, Laura? And
Well,
but if that's what you need to do to make this a habit, you need to add that into, can't see that, yeah, into your everyday. You've got to find what works for you. And I could give you all of those things. I could say, right, yeah, make a list. I could say, add an alarm to your phone. But if you don't work by alarms on your phone, that's not going to work for you. If you're not a calendar person, that's not going to work for you. So you need to find a way where you can implement this, because as soon as it becomes a habit, like we've been doing with the sponsoring WhatsApp group, that has become a habit. I guarantee I haven't posted in there today. I don't think we've posted in that. Lindsay, did you post in there earlier? I can't remember. But if we,
The link.
yeah, the link. If we haven't posted a challenge though, I bet, because we've been doing that for 30 days, if you've done that every one of those challenges and had a go at doing something every day, you were probably thinking, oh, is there a challenge coming today in the WhatsApp group? And you might have already been, that habit is already starting to form, because you're already starting to think about, you know, having those conversations, or what's the next sponsoring thing that's coming. And you don't need us to put, I mean, I've loved putting all the ideas in there, and we'll keep doing that if that's what you would like us to do. I'm more than happy to do that. But you need to find a way where it becomes a natural habit in your business. It is natural for me to ask people to join now, because I've done it so much. I've always got my sponsoring goggles on, as you say. And I've always got my new customer goggles on. I look at every person that I meet and connect someone with as a potential new customer or a potential teammate. They're my two things. And I'm literally got my listening ears on all the time. It's just ingrained in me now, 7 years down the line. It's taken a long while to be like that. But if you want to make the decision that you want this to really be a business, and you really want to grow your team, that's where you need to put all the things into practice. The action is the key. And I love the word action. It was my word of the year 2 years ago. And I talk about it a lot. Action sometimes just means taking movement, doing tasks that are hopefully going to get you the end result. However many no's you get, however many knockbacks you get, however many times, someone says, oh, no, thank you, it's not for me. If you ask enough people eventually, and you keep that habit going, you will get the yeses. Did you want to add to that, Laura? Sorry, got a bit carried away.
Oh my God. No, I do not apologise. Like, literally, I did know that this, when Lisa and I spoke earlier, I did know that we were talking about the opportunity meeting, but I didn't know we were talking about habits. This is literally, if you're in my team, you know this. Habits are like my love language, and probably more so since it became my full-time business. I've always been quite a list maker and like a bit of a disciplined person, I've learned, but especially since I only worked for myself, because people say like, oh, like people that say, oh, I work full-time. I was almost more organized when I did still work and fit my sense of business in around it, because somebody that's busy, like, you have to be organized. So when you suddenly have like all the time in the world, and this became my full-time business, I had to become disciplined, because in the early days of doing it, it would just be easy to just go, oh, like, I'll just do that tomorrow. And if you don't put some structure into your day, before you know it, it's 4 o'clock and you haven't done anything. So I totally hold my hands up. And I know we've all had this conversation before. I do think I'm like ADHD on some level, because I am so anal about this. But it's all become a habit now. I do it without thinking about it. And before I talk about them things I've just written down, I just want to read you this post that I actually wrote. This post, I was in Ibiza on holiday with my family, and I still wake up at the crack of dawn even when I'm on holiday. So I would like go for a walk and watch the sunrise and take my book and get a coffee from the machine that I hunted down on the first day. I found this man. I was like, can I get coffee anywhere at this time? And he was like, yeah, if you go in the back way. Anyway, so I was sitting watching the sunrise in Ibiza with this book, which is called High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard. And I remember reading this one paragraph and like sharing it with my team, which I'm going to read out to you. But it literally just struck, like you said, Lindsay, about the other book, like it literally just struck me like a lightning bolt. And it says, with the right habits, anyone can dramatically increase results and become a high performer in any field of endeavor. So before I go on to the next bit, like you guys just said, like being like this in your Scentsy business will have such an impact on like every other area of your life. Like it's all part of like a jigsaw. When you become more disciplined in your business, you'll automatically just become disciplined in other areas of your life as well. So it says high performance is not strongly correlated with age, education, income, race, nationality, or gender. This means that many of the excuses we use to explain why we can't succeed are simply wrong. High performance is not achieved by a specific kind of person, but rather by a specific set of practices or habits, which I call high performance habits. Anyone can learn them regardless of your experience. So what he's basically saying is it doesn't matter what you've done before, it doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter what your experience is. With the right habits, you can become good at anything. And it's like, you know, I always reference, you know, the first time you ever get in a car, like I remember getting in a car when I was 17 and thinking like, what? Like how am I ever going to be able to do this? Now you just find out, you know, sorry, I've just seen what you said. You just get in your car and you just drive without thinking about it because it's become a habit, because you've done it like so many times. Why have I written that? Oh yeah. We're all creatures of habit. So like you get up on a morning, if you think about like what you do without thinking about it, like I know that I'll get up, I let the dog out, I use the same coffee cup every morning. Like Lisa and I go to the gym quite early. What really made me smile the other day is it's in like an open car park and there's no car parking spaces. It's just, but everyone parks in the same space. Like we're just creatures of habit. I wouldn't drive in there and park round on the left. I always drive in and park near the fence over the side. There's loads of room, but I always park in exactly the same space because we are creatures of habit. It's almost like a comfort thing. So when you start doing that in your business and you start having some results and you start, like Lee said, you'll start just asking people without even realizing. When you apply it to sponsoring, like Lindsay said, you know, and you flip your mindset around to what this opportunity can do for other people, and then you start seeing the impact it has on other people, not in a selfish way, but you almost want that feeling of being able to help people. So you'll stop being scared and you'll stop thinking about it as a scary thing to do. You'll just start doing it. So I just want to read you the post that I wrote, and then I promise I will stop rambling because I could talk about this all day. So I put, you may up until this point associate habits as a word linked with bad habits, something to give up or something to stop. How about flipping the script? And you will have heard myself and other leaders say countless times, consistency is key. Success in your business will come from your habits. If you listen or learn from any successful entrepreneur from any field, they will share that some success comes from not doing something once, but doing over and over and over. To quote Brendan Burchard, many people feel a gap between their ordinary lives and the extraordinary lives they wish to have. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. And the good news is, guess who's in control of your habits? That would be you, my friends. No one can change them but you. Remember that circle of control. But my question for you today is this. Are your habits serving you? Serving you in your business, your goals, your dreams, and your family's future? Are you taking consistent action? Are you looking after yourself? Are you drinking enough water? Are you investing time in personal development? Are you freeing yourself from drama? Are you protecting your energy? Are you networking and building new relationships? Are you not procrastinating? They're all habits, and I could literally go on. It's all part of the bigger picture, and it's all connected. Have a wonderful day. Anyway, but it's all simple things, but it's about doing them consistently, not constantly. So you don't have to be strapped to your phone for 24 hours a day. I love that image of, I'm sure we've all shared at some point, it's loads of little circles, and it says like people think consistency and all these circles are like filled in, but actually being consistent, one day it might be a full circle, next day it might be a half circle, next day it might be a quarter of that circle. But like they said, if you're doing something consistently every single day, it will compound like the book. And before you know it, you've got to the end of the year and you've done 365 things for your business. So yeah, I think I'm done.
I love that. I love it. But then look, she didn't even know the topic, people. She didn't even know the topic.
Honestly, I could talk about habits all day. This is like literally, I love it.
So realistically, guys, Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry.
Go. It's fine, Lisa.
I'm
Say what
just
you-
wrapping that bit up. So like the realisticness of it is, guys, you've just got to find a way now to make this a habit. And if you can do that, your business will fly. Like every single person watching this right now, if you make it a habit to grow new customers and ask them to join, the rest will be magic. I don't even need to do anything. I don't need to teach you anything else because like we don't need to teach you anything else. That literally is the key to this business. Go on, Lindsay.
I remember once writing in my team group, who would like a new teammate today? And I think obviously people thought I was going to give them a teammate. And loads of people were writing, me. So then I inboxed everyone individually and it said, okay, how many people have you asked this week or this month? And loads of people were obviously like none, nobody, none. And I was like, well, if you don't ask, you're not going to get. So if you'd like a new teammate, you need to go and ask some people. Like, and it is, like you just said, it is as simple as that.
No, absolutely. I'm just going to share a wee kind of quick experience as quick as I can. So I don't know if any of you know this, but I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, and I did not get it until I was 40 years old. So I am I'm 46
I love
now, but I was determined. I done Taekwondo when I was 17, and I had to give it up because I moved away to do my vet nursing training. So I decided that when my son wanted to go to Taekwondo, that I would go and take him, and then he didn't want to do it because he was really scared and nervous, and he said, "Mum, will you join in with me?" So I'm sitting with my Zumba gear on, and the instructor, I said to the instructor, Alistair, he wants me to join in. He's all right. He says, "If you're happy jumping about with Zumba gear on, fighting people, that's fine. That's up to you." So I decided, obviously, to support my son, and I obviously joined in the class. Then I got the bug, and I became addicted and thought, oh, I really actually like this. So I decided then and there, I'm like, am I going to commit to this? Am I going to show up every single week, and am I going to go and get my black belt? So I was a blue belt at that point, and I thought I'd maybe have to go back and do it all again. He said, no. He said, you'd start for blue belt. So it goes from blue to red to black. So, and there's an in-between bit in between. So I'm like, okay, can I do this? So I decided then and there, that's it, I'm committing and I'm going to get my black belt. And so many things happened to me. Oh my goodness, so many things happened to me. There were so many spanners in the work. I developed arthritis when I went to Mexico with Sensei. I had this weird, my body started attacking itself, and I had a horrendous arthritis that came up, which meant that I had to kind of stop doing Zumba for a while. But I managed to get these magic injections, steroid injections, which helped, and I went on long-term medication. And by miracle, it disappeared. But I was in Switzerland, and November remembers me in Switzerland. I couldn't walk. I was in agony. So, but I was determined. I was getting my black belt no matter what. And I remember it was September, and basically the arthritis was still there, but I was managing it. And I went for my injection on the Thursday night, and my grading for my exam was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was a full weekend, and I was like, please God, please let this work, and let me be able to do this. And basically, throughout my journey of doing this, I trained hours and hours and hours every week. My body was battered, bruised, weak. There were so many days I wanted to give up, but I was like, do you know what? I want this so badly. I want to be proud and say to my children, I made it as a black belt in Taekwondo. I can't quit now. I was a red belt black tags. I needed to get this. But honestly, everything was going against me. Everything that possibly could was going against me. I was like, do you know what? I need to just try. Just make this happen, Lindsay. Come on. So I remember before I went, my instructor said to me, Lindsay, I believe you can do this. He says, honestly, I've got every faith in you. He says, your attitude's right. He says, your mindset's right. He says, I know your body's obviously gave you a hard time, and I know you're older. He says, but I want you to know that I believe. I would never put you forward if I didn't believe you could do it. And it's really difficult because you need to do 6 breaks. You have to break 6 boards, and you need to break a brick, whether your hand or your foot. And it's very difficult. And the amount of times I had, my hands were burst to bits, my legs were burst to bits. Fraser would look at me and he's like, Lindsay, it looks as if you've been battered. Like I had bruises everywhere. But I was so determined. And see, the day I went for my grading, and it was officially the time to find out. Now you have to wait and see if your name's called to see whether you've passed. And I'll never forget it as long as I live. I was about last to get called, and they shouted my name. And I walked up to the front, and they're holding this black belt. Now it's a tiny wee black belt, and my eyes just filled with tears, and I burst out crying. And my instructor's like, "You're a total redneck. Why were you crying?" I says, "You've no idea what that meant to me to get that." I says, "I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it." I says, "But you believed in me." I says, "And I was one determined young lady." So for me, that's like my business. Okay.
Yeah.
When you get to superstar director, you get your black belt. and I was determined. I was never ever giving up, and there were so many times where I felt like giving up, and things went wrong, and parties get cancelled, and teamies went with other people, and so many things throughout your journey. But there's so many wonderful times where just some blessings just come in. People come into your life at the right time, and do you know what? My sponsor believed that I would be a superstar director. My husband believed I'd be a superstar director. My friends and family believed I would do it, and the support that people have round about you. So we feel the same about you guys. We want you to get your black belt, okay? Whether that means superstar director, whatever that means for you, it might be different to you. Maybe you want to just get your first teamie. Everybody's experiences and everybody's goals and dreams are different. But what I want you to do, this is my challenge for you today, from now on, I want you to get a post-it note, okay? And I want you to write in the post-it note, whose life can I bless today, okay? Whose life can I bless today? Because that's what you do when you offer somebody the opportunity to come to Sensei. You are blessing their lives in some way. It might be friendship, it might be finance, it might be confidence. You don't know what it is. It might be just getting their free stuff. So, but that's what you're going to do every single day, and that's why we shouldn't keep it to ourselves. That's why we should be brave sometimes and just ask them. Because if somebody didn't ask you, you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't be getting excited for SFR to come. You wouldn't be like getting any recognition for your sponsors and things like that as well. So it is a gift. We have got a gift. Share it with people and don't be frightened. And honestly, post-it note, stick it in the mirror in the front so you see it every single day. Stick it in your mirror so you can say, whose life can I bless today? And I promise you, the opportunities are always there. And I'm seeing them a lot more than I've ever seen them before. And it's because of these daily habits and because I'm changing my mindset. Rather than going for a sale, I would like to have a teamie because I know how much it's blessed my life. So as Laura said, think about the person and think about how, obviously, I think about them rather than thinking, oh, I want a teamie because I want to hit my next promotion. That will come naturally. If you help them, that will come naturally, I promise you. So sorry, my story went a wee bit long.
No, don't apologise. That was amazing. What you just said about I'll run upstairs and get it to prove that I'm not just lying about these things and making them up on the spot. So what you said about writing things down, obviously, like Lisa said, I literally live my life by lists, but not lists as in like things I'm going to do, but actually writing something down and, you know, putting it in front of your eyes. I didn't start doing this again till, you know, I was in Sensei, but I've got a journal. I've had a journal for ages, and I literally take 10 minutes on a morning when I first get up, have my coffee, and I literally write things that I'm grateful for. And every single morning at the moment, my line has been, I am in charge of my actions and my efforts. So I'm like saying to myself, like, I'm in charge of what I do today. I'm in charge. Very much like you said, like, I'm going to bless somebody. Actually, I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's some science behind this, but the physical act of like writing something down and putting it out into the world,
actually
it makes you go, right, okay, I'm in charge of that. Yeah, carry on, Liz. I'll happily get that book. I'm going to run upstairs from my bedside table. I'll get it and show you, so you know I'm not making it up.
I'm like that, look. I swear by writing stuff down. I mean, I have books upon books upon. I'm such a pen and paper person. I'm such a teacher in me, really, but I'm like terrible for it. So I write stuff down all the time, and that's
it's
yeah.
true until as soon as it's out here and it's either written down or you've said it out loud. Like having an accountability partner is so key as well. It really is. Like Lisa's my accountability partner, so saying something out loud, this is what I would like to do, this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, it's out, it's actually out your head and out your mouth, and you know when you've said it, you're accountable for it. So if that means that you tell us, right, I'm going to get a teamie this week, or I'm going to get a party booked this week, or I'm going to be brave and do a live this week, when you say it out loud, it's going to happen because you're accountable for it as soon as it comes out of there, even if it's written down, it's out. Do you know what I mean? So it means that it's actually going to happen.
Well, that's what
Yeah, so
this was all born, wasn't it, Lindsay? We were just talking on voice note, and I was like, an opportunity evening, got to do an opportunity evening. She's like, right, come on, we're doing it.
So this was a journal that when I've had journals for ages, but Wendy Howell bought me this for Christmas, and obviously some of this is personal and stuff that's gone on, but I'll just show you how I literally write this middle section here. I am in control. I am in control of my actions and efforts, and I actually wrote I am limitless this morning. But it just because your only limits are the ones that you put on yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it literally takes like 5 minutes in the morning, and it just like almost like clicks my brain into gear for the day.
And realistically, I think all of us put that limit on ourselves when it comes to sponsoring for some reason, not from sales, not for looking for new customers, but for some reason, sponsoring, it's like that barrier. I don't know why we all have this like guard up around it sometimes that makes it feel like such a hard thing when actually it's no different to making a sale. It's just a different like version of. So,
Yeah.
so I suppose that brings us.
Amy's just,
Oh, go on.
sorry, I was just going to say, Amy's just referenced the book The Secret, which is absolutely phenomenal, and there's also one called The Magic, which is the follow on from The Secret, and both of those books are just absolutely amazing.
The
Amazing.
movie's good too.
Film. I
I
was going
love
to say
the
the
movie.
film.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Give me all of these books as a film, and I'll be like, "Yep, I've seen them all."
Oh,
I'm on it. Yeah.
Lisa, you're like me. You'll start something, but no
Yeah.
finish it. But if it's something like audio or
yeah.
visual, you'll be able to watch it. That's me.
Yeah.
I really struggle with books. I love a book. I love a book because I feel it's escapism and stuff like that. But my problem is actually finishing a book. I really struggle. Sarah Robbins is one that I have finished because it's only got 100 and odd pages in it, and it's short and powerful.
Yeah.
For me,
I will say I don't sit and read for like hours on end. It's short bursts, like short bursts. But The Magic, actually, funny enough, is the only book. I remember being in the bath and I literally, there's actually training on my YouTube because I actually trained my team on this book after I'd read it, because it literally, like, that is the one book that changed my life more than anything. I literally got in the bath and I read it and I was just got ready. I literally read it like within 24 hours. It was amazing. But yeah, I think you have to, whatever works for you, there's various options of taking in the information.
I used to always be a reader, and then it's just as I've got older, my problem is I feel like my brain's too active. So as I'm reading, I get too excited and I'm like, oh, I've got to go and do that. And then I'm off on like it's that
honestly.
whole where I think I've always said it, a little bit of ADHD brain in there that
We all
just
have.
I've
like-
got it 100%. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, like my mum will tell you, I've got it 100%. But that's true. That's how our brain works. Like, see if I read something or I watch something, I've got to go and tell my team straight away. Because see if I
Yeah.
don't, that's gone. It's gone, and I'm so inspired at that point. So that's how
Yes.
time when I'll go live or whatever. Mine's is very spontaneous because it's when I'm inspired with something, whether it be a podcast or it is reading something, a book. And I remember, I don't know if my team remember, but I remember at one point, I think it was the compound effect. I used to read a bit yet to my team every single day. But obviously that habit died. It died because people are like, oh, here she comes again, reading her books.
Emma's just written, it was a paragraph from that book that you read, and that is the reason why I joined.
Oh, well, let's
So
go.
there you go.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
I love it.
Wow.
We've even drawn a little bit of personal development into tonight's
Always.
recruitment training without even realizing that that's where we were going. I mean, like literally something we could talk about all night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm stop talking now because
No, so I think that brings us nicely on to opportunity evening. Now, I am excited about this because I've wanted to do one for ages and I had like a vision of what it's going to look like. And then I was like, actually, I've never done one. So I need to hopefully Lindsay's going to give us a bit of a breakdown of what it's going to look like. But if I've got this right, Lindsay, if we can set a date on this tonight and decide when it's going to be, and I'll definitely make some flyers for everybody to use. Everybody that's on the call tonight, this is a question for you. Do you think that there is somebody or more than one? I know that Claire, my teamie Claire, who was on with Wham this week, Linz, she voice noted me after, I don't know if I was watching, and she went to me, right, I've got 5 people to invite to this opportunity call. And I was like, oh my God.
amazing.
So 5
Phenomenal.
people who might be interested in a little bit more information about joining, and they need like not that little push. It's like people that may be sitting on the fence that may be like a little bit intrigued. That's where we're aiming this. Am I right in thinking that, Lindsay?
Absolutely. So basically how an opportunity night works is we set it up. So it'll be a private group. So it'll be a group. It'll not be an open public group or anything like that. It'll be a private group and it'll be invite only. And what we'll do is we'll do just like a wee build up, just letting people know and reminding people when it'll be. So what I've done in the past is mine's is normally at night and we normally do it for an hour. So Lisa, we were talking and we're thinking maybe we'll just use Wham, like an hour for Wham to use as the opportunity night. So we'll go for Monday. The reason being we'd rather like to get it done sooner rather than later is, as you know, we've got the shooting star kit this month, the free shooting star kit. So it would be amazing if we could get people kind of on board at the beginning so we can work towards obviously getting that. Okay, and it might be that they want to try a business basket first and they don't want to obviously jump in head first, but we want them to know that obviously this opportunity is here and it is available only this month. Okay, so that's the main reason why we'd like to do it sooner rather than later. And what you do is, Lisa said, you don't have to invite one person, you can invite multiple people. And I would do a wee voice note, just letting them know that the opportunity night is a chance for them just to find out a wee bit more about the business, and tell them they don't have to comment, they don't have to, they can basically observe, and it's just allowing them basically to just be like in our shoes and just see obviously what we do. So things that we kind of discuss in there is, we talk a wee bit about commission, we let them know obviously how much they're going to earn, we'll let them know a wee bit incentives, about recognition. We also let them know about training that we offer, the fact that they get free training and they get great support. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what other things, because there's loads of different sections that we cover, because, and the kits as well. We let them know the options of the kits, the fact that obviously you have the opportunity to earn your kit, and obviously you have the opportunity just to buy the kit outright, and the two different kits that are available. Okay, because obviously we do have the host kit and we do have like your general kit as well. So it's letting them know that there's different options, and we could maybe have a chat about the business basket and just let them know that if you're not feeling 100% and you'd like to test the business first, then obviously you could get some testers, some catalogues out. You could set up a wee link and test the water, obviously, to see if it's the right thing for you as well. And one thing we always stipulate is, if Una obviously decides to invite 3 people on the night, they would go and join under her. They wouldn't join under me, they wouldn't join under Laura, they wouldn't join under Lisa, they would go to the person that's invited them, okay? But say if somebody asks a question on there and one of you guys feel confident to answer it, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't mean you're trying to poach them or steal them. I always say to the team, it's absolutely fine. And what we like to do as well is we like to share real stories. So all people have different circumstances. And what we do is we normally go live and just explain obviously like why we're doing it and just a wee bit about our story as well. So that could be something that we could kind of all have a wee chance of doing as well. So if you would feel confident and you want to share your story, it could be pre-recorded, we can share it. And again, that could be to do with the build-up rather than on the actual night. So we can do that as a build-up kind of thing. And we want people who work full-time and obviously do Sensei. We want people who do it full-time. We want people who do it part-time. We want to hear like different stories, how obviously you decided to join up. So did you join up to get your stuff free, to get your half prices? Did you join because you wanted friendship? That's what, because there'll be lots of people who'll join for different reasons, and that's obviously why we want to show that variety and how it's not just one what is it
One
one
size fits all.
fits all or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
One size fits
That's what we want to show, that diversity and the fact that people are in different circumstances. Okay, and I think one thing it's really important to know is you don't have to do it the way we do it. Okay, you can do it your way. And also, I think we always share a video with Orville and Heidi. We also share like an SFR video. So we like to show them the fun factor. We like them to show who the owners of Sensi are as well. So we always add a wee bit about the founders and the story behind it and stuff like that as well, just to give them a feel for what we're all about. About our core values, things like that. So all those kind of things are really, really important to put across as well, because they're going to become part of a community, a very, very, very special community. And it's nice to know, obviously, these things as well. Because to me, I always remember when I joined, I actually watched a DVD. So they had a DVD
Did
about.
ya?
I did. I did. So it was like a leaflet I got. So the join leaflet, and it was actually a DVD about the Sensi family. So that maybe be something that I could maybe say to Louise or Dan. Maybe we could have something like that again. And it could be just a wee bit about the background, how Sensi started, that kind of stuff. And it did say on it, I think she'd written on it, I'd love you to join. It was dead American because she was American. I'd love you to be a part of your Sensi family, which was really nice. You know what I mean? So as I say, that's what she gave me some like a scent circle, or it was something. She gave me a bar or something like that, or scent circle. She gave me like a join leaflet, and it was a wee DVD. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, really, I get goosebumps because the music and these things that they put, they just make it really, really special. And music really touches me, so it was definitely it made a big impact in me. I think that's something that we would like to kind of put across as well.
Sorry,
Like
guys, can you
how
hear
we're
that?
no, what is it?
Manchester United must have just scored. I suddenly thought, oh my God, can you hear that? This Michael's
I
swearing.
never even
So I was just like,
No.
never
So sorry.
Nope. Because I'm
Good.
assuming like maybe my kids will be watching downstairs as well. Because the football, his training finished at 8 o'clock, so I'm assuming they're watching downstairs as well. But maybe there's a delay, so we might hear some noise in a wee minute.
Yeah, just
All right. I was just suddenly like, oh, God. And this has got his friends around. Oh, sorry, Lindsay, I'm literally interrupted you mid-flow.
No,
Sorry.
that's fine. So that's basically the gist of an opportunity night, and I hope you guys have the confidence to actually ask somebody to come along, because it's not a scary thing, and it might help you in some way, shape, or form, and that's why we obviously want to offer it to you. And we've had really good success in the past with opportunity nights, like very, very good success. Man, you're getting beat 2-1. Oh
Oh,
no,
man, you're getting beat.
that's not good.
Must
Oh
be
no, that's
Ellis's friends that I can hear. It must be.
can you hear that?
No,
no.
Wait,
there's a delay then.
oh, Bruno. Fraser, what's the score? Oh, it's 2 each now.
Oh, two.
Did you hear it? Yes, yes. Bruno, all right, your YouTube Fraser shouting yeah.
2-2.
2-2. Yep. Fraser's just
I love
shouted.
it. So funny.
She's
Sorry,
she's like your commentator.
I know, absolutely.
Ellis
So
has got
I
his
just
friends
hope it's
over as well.
something I just hope it's something that you're excited about, and just think this is a gift, getting the opportunity night. So don't waste it. Honestly, just ask. The worst they can say is no. It's absolutely fine. See, the good thing is, see, once that group's set up again, see if maybe further down the line you have a conversation with somebody and you want them to know more about the business, you can add them into the group because it's already set up and it's already there. So that's the beauty of the opportunity night. It doesn't matter if can make it on the night, and let them know that if you say to them it's Monday 8 o'clock and they say, "Oh, I'm working," that's okay. You can go on and watch and catch up. So that's the beauty of it. They can go on and watch and catch. They don't have to physically be there. It is nice when they're able to be there, and just let them know if there's anything you want to ask. Feel free, and obviously I'll help you as best I possibly can. But they're honestly they're really really good. They're very very good. I'm going to give you another challenge as well. There's a beautiful song. It's called Spirit, and it's by Beyonce. It's in The Lion King. See how the kind of last Lion King they brought out? Listen to the words on it. It's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, it gives me goosebumps. We were watching Rebecca's, well, it's actually my dance show for last year, and it played, and it's honestly one of the most beautiful tracks. Have you ever heard it? You've
Yeah.
heard it?
I think I have.
It's beautiful. So it's called Spirit, and it's Beyonce. So listen to it and listen to the words. It's absolutely amazing. I shared it with 2 people a day. It's just talking about it's the bit where, see, when Simba forgets who he is, and then obviously he sees the reflection kind of thing, and it's just it's talking about rise up. So it's saying like you're doing there, but you know what, rise up. So it's very very powerful. I love music.
There was another song, Lindsay. You know, when I interviewed you for Diary of a Sensory Consultant, there was another song that you referenced in that, and
Star, wasn't it?
Is it
I found,
glorious?
was it what?
Glorious.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, yeah. That was
It's beautiful. It's the children's choir's the best version.
yeah.
David Archuleta sings it as well, but the children's choir, and it's beautiful because it talks about how every single person is different. Like in our business, like everybody's different. We've all got different gifts, different talents, but when we come together, it works beautifully. It's a beautiful song. It really, really is. That's my favorite song of all
It popped
time.
up the other day. So a lot of stuff on my stories I've got on a highlight, and I was looking for something the other day, and I clicked across and I heard it, and I was just like, oh my God, I love this song.
It's good. Honestly, so so good. You know what I'm like? I'm a big sucker for music and I love things like that. So honestly, the words are absolutely beautiful, and it just speaks about how the harmony, how beautiful music becomes when every single person puts their part. And that's what it says. Like everybody's got a part to play, and then when it all comes together, it just works absolutely beautifully. And that's what will happen in the opportunity night. Is every single person will add a wee bit and add their own wee thing. And don't be frightened if you've got a story you want to share. That's obviously the opportunity is to give tell your story, and everybody's story is different and unique and beautiful in its own way. So obviously we appreciate when you guys are brave enough to share your story, and it doesn't have to be long. It can literally be like it can be a minute, it can be 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be a big long thing, because you find that if it is short and sweet and powerful, then people obviously are more likely to kind of engage. So your story is unique to you, and we want to hear different stories so that obviously people can say, oh, that's kind of the same circumstances as me. So that's the beauty of an opportunity night. It just allows people to test the water and find out what it's all about, because people have so many questions and so many doubts. And that's obviously what that's for. It's kind of to reassure people, do you know what? It's a great place to be. It's a great place to join. It's a wonderful business. So that's kind of what we're trying to get across, that we're actually all right.
That's the thing now. It's like to think about just to go away and message as many people as you can think. It'll be easier to ask someone to come along to an evening and listen to some information than asking the question, do you
Join.
join?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
I've
make
got
sure
just a couple of wee notes
you ask.
on you go. Sorry, Lisa.
I was going to say, make
I
sure
was
you
just going to
ask
say,
first. Don't just invite people.
make sure you're what?
Just ask people first. Don't just invite them to the group. Like, let them know.
Absolutely, I do not just click a button and ask them. Like I've done it before. Like it just asked and said, "Listen, we're having an opportunity tonight. I would absolutely love if you've had any interest at all in finding out what we do or what the business is all about. Please come along." And sometimes it's the people you least expect. I've had people join who I never even thought of in a million years. I had a conversation with somebody today who has literally bought from me once. This is the first time customer, and I was in the bookies, believe it or not. I've never been in bookies in my life. My mum's going, "Oh, hope nobody sees you, Lindsay," honestly, because we're not allowed to gamble. Do you know what I mean? That's part of my religion. I'm not allowed to gamble. And she's like, "Oh, I hope nobody sees you." I says, "Oh, mum, let them talk. It's fine. Don't worry about it." So I walked into bookies for the very first time, and I gave the order over, and she's seen my post this morning. See how the post we've got, ask me how,
Do you
that
want
post.
it?
She
Yeah.
saw that post today in my VIP group, and she said to me, "Do you make money in Sensei?" And I was like, "Hello, of course I do."
Cha-ching.
So she's actually told me she'll join, but she's going to join either the end of August or September, just because the woman has got an absolutely crazy life, and I mean genuinely, like this woman's life is crazy, and things will get easier for her at this time. And I said that's absolutely fine. So there you go. I did get a yes, but as I say, it's going to be a wee bit later on, which is absolutely fine. But I was like so shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, people are actually watching my posts and they're actually intrigued and interested. So I was like, yes. So it
There you
does
go.
work, guys. It does work. It really does. So I'm just going to quickly just tell you a wee list of things that you can do for habits, okay? I'll promise I'll just literally go through them. So flyers in your orders, okay, for people who are very, very nervous, you can put your flyers in your orders. You can email the join information as well, because I always say emails are not offensive at all. So if there is the Shooting Star Kit Award, for example, perfect time email your customers and let them know, okay? Because it starts those join conversations. Also, make sure you have an open party every single month so that you can unlock a kit. So you can say, I've got one kit that I can unlock. So if you get that, as Lisa says, like she's got parties and she will literally like just open the next one as soon as she's got one that's hit the 245, open the next one so that you've got options. Because there's nothing better when you've got somebody coming to the opportunity night who is interested in the host kit and not the big kit. If you've got a kit ready to go, you can basically start that process. So that's how it's so important to do that. Make sure that you offer business baskets for people who are very unsure. Okay, we spoke about that last week. Have a business basket organised and prepared, so if that opportunity comes up, you can give it out to them. Reinstatements, always be asking for reinstatements, maybe once or twice. Well done, Angela. That's 2 opportunities to sign people up. Yay! What? Just take it. It's just also, I've said reinstatements. Go for the no as well. That's a fun thing. Get your no on, okay? Get your
Come
no
on,
on.
do
Flipping
it.
party, kind of just what I've spoke about. Don't be frightened to flip parties, okay? As long as you're doing your PRV, you should be flipping parties. Bag parties, which is obviously something that Lisa does all the time. That gives you that opportunity. If you get bag parties going out all the time, you get that opportunity when they hit obviously that qualifying order to offer them the kit and tell them exactly how much commission, blah blah blah, that they would earn. Customer reward links, always be asking because of the perfect opportunity to ask people to join your team as well. Lisa spoke about the Senti Club opportunity, ask your clubbers to join as well. Always know what's in the kit every single month so that you can obviously, you feel confident that you know the kit content. So somebody asks you, get a picture of the kit, know what's inside the kit every single month. That's always in your workstation. And as I say, if you're really, really struggling to find it, then obviously reach out to your sponsors or your SSDs and stuff like that as well, your directors. Have a dream list of people you would love to join your team and have a reason why, obviously, you would love to have them in your team. Always be listening. And one thing that I think is really important is make sure you've got opportunity packs made up. So if somebody wants an opportunity pack, make sure you've got them made up. And the recommendation is to try and do 10 a month and get them out. Okay, there's no point in having 10 opportunity packs and not doing anything with them. So have your 10 opportunity packs and give them out and make it a compliment. Say, listen, you're a great customer. I'm going to give you this opportunity pack. Have a wee look over it. And that's all you need to do. It's dead, dead easy. Just have it organised and get it out. And I think that's it. And just come to the opportunity night. So, and remember, I told you to have that wee post-it note saying, whose life can I bless today? And go and listen to Spirit. And that's me. Oh, I've got a quiz. Will we stop the recording for the quiz?
I've got one thing to add to that, and I see it on
Yeah.
I see it on Instagram today, and this is what another direct sales company do. And I thought it was genius, and I'm going to implement this into my business. So she had a box made up, which was, so it'd be a Scentsy box. And in that Scentsy box, you would have like a version of the kit. It doesn't have to be the real kit, okay? It literally has a warmer, catalogs in there. You can have one catalog in there. Something like a piece of item of every kit thing that comes in the kit. So a warmer, a wax bar, what else do we get in our kit? Counts clean. You would have one of everything. Every month, she goes live on the 1st on Instagram and on her Facebook and literally says, I'm just coming live to show you what's in this month's join kit. And it may well be that the join kit is the same kit every single month. It's not, quite often at the minute, it's changing. But she literally pulls everything out of the box. Oh, and you're going to get this warmer and you're going to get this. And she talks about the 2 different kits or the 1 variation. And I've noticed that she does that every month without fail, because then if you're having conversations with somebody that says, well, what comes in the kit? Here's a live, you can actually watch it. You can direct them to it, tag them in that. It bumps that post. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I thought it was a really good idea. And I was like, I am going to do that. I'm going to implement that into my business.
And also, if you've got any teamies that have signed up and they get their kit, you could maybe borrow it for a live. You could do that and ask them. Obviously, you could steal it and borrow it.
With social media as well, I'll tell you what else I do, something that I do to add to that, which is a habit. When someone joins, I actually share that on my social media and I say, oh, welcome in Laura to my team this month, because I think then people see that you're actively sponsoring and people are joining your team and it's a real thing. It's like, this is a real person. That's just, even when they're not on Instagram, I still add people and say, welcome to Becky, she's just joined my team. I've just got a teammate, she's just signed up. Just saying.
Oh, congratulations. Ooh, amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yay. Laura, you want to add in before we finish?
I don't
Sorry.
know. No, you're fine. What a task. Oh my God, sorry. I was so engrossed in listening to you both.
Oh,
I love that though.
I actually really was. I was really listening.
Journal. You get them to do a journal entry every day.
Yeah, or even if it's not a journal, just any old, like, you don't have to buy a journal. Like, you know, I have had those journals, but just a notebook. Like, buy a notebook in Asda for £1 and just write something down every morning. Like, even if you just set yourself a goal for the day, like, I'm going to have 2 join conversations, or, you know, I'm going to speak to somebody new, or I'm going to tell somebody new that I'm a Scentsy. Maybe try and build a habit of writing yourself, or even writing to yourself, I am in charge of my actions today, or something that's going to make you work. Because regardless of how long you've been doing this, we're all human. And these, like we said, these are habits that have helped us be disciplined in our business. So you find what works for you. It might be saying it out loud. It might be saying it in the mirror. Wendy Howell's a great one. She always talks about how when she was growing up, her parents made her talk into the mirror and say, like, I am wonderful, I am strong, and like say affirmations. And look at Wendy, like, you know, like she's living proof that these things work. So find what works for you. Maybe write it down or say something out loud to yourself every morning that's going to make you be disciplined with your business.
Yeah.
Did you say you got a quiz, Lindsay?
Yes, I've only got 7 questions. That's it. I've not made it hard, just 7 questions.
Let's stop the recording then. So bye for YouTube.